Hello and welcome back to another regular show build, this time tackling Skip's house. And we're just going to go ahead and grab some quartz block and we're going to place one, and then we're going to leave a gap of 9, and then on the 10th block place another one, and then on the inside of that we're just going to place some white wool, run it all the way back to the other one, and we're going to do that for 4 high. And while we're here, we'll just finish off with a tripwire hook on the second row up, 5th block across, and we're just going to build up our block of quartz one higher than the garage itself. So using our birch planks, we're now just going to build up across the side of it. We're going to build up another layer as well, following up to the same height as our quartz block, and now building across, leaving 4 spaces empty and building up to the same height again. And then we're going to use our quartz block, and we're going to do the window frame on the inside and start following it all around, taking it up to the same height as what we've already gone to and filling across. And then we're just going to use some window panes on the inside of that quartz block to create our windows. So we're going to drag this quartz block out one for our door frame, and we're just going to leave a space of 3 and then place our block on the 4th one across, building up to the same height, and then using our birch block again on the inside and building up to the same height as before, and then pulling it out, leaving a space of 4 again, building up to the same height for another 2 rows, and now filling in with our block of quartz. And same as before, just using our glass pane on the inside just to create our windows. So we're going to build our door frame across on that level, and then go over to our cyan wool and place it on one on the inside of each side of the quartz block until we go above our actual door height of 2, and place a tripwire hook on the 3rd block up to create a door handle and place our door on the inside. So there's our basic build for now. So we're going to come across and we're just going to drag this quartz block across the front of the garage itself. Now we're going to place a row of birch block right beside the garage frame itself, and I'm going to drag it back about 14 blocks. I'll have a quick count up: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we're just going to drag it back, making our frame of the garage itself. So we're just going to go ahead, fill it in until we eventually got our wall sat there. And we're just going to pull a block of quartz one further out from the garage frame itself, dragging it all the way back until we're on that 1 block inside on the birch, and we're going to drag it out 1 more around the edges, really creating the frame of the roof. And now the way to do this is just jump across to the front, pull it back, knowing that we've built the frame for the roof, and start filling it in with our quartz block. there we go, we now have a level for our garage itself, and we're just going to jump down, grab our birch planks, drag it all the way back, continuing all the way to the other side of the house, and then we're just going to run across to the left hand side, pull it back, and then make these sides meet. Now I didn't put in any extra windows or doors. I have no view of the house. If I am missing anything, just let me know in the comments. Should be really easy to rectify, because I can only imagine that it would still keep in style with the rest of the house. So we're just basically going to start building up all of our walls, start pulling it up to the level it should be. So I'm just going to fill in the door frame on the other side, otherwise when you walk in it's going to look a bit dodgy. And we'll just fill it all in, creating the frame on the inside. And now start using our birch blocks, start pulling across, creating the slope of the roof. So we're going to drag it all the way across, remembering to leave one spare on the end, and so on all the way up. So we're leaving one spare every time on each side. And if you followed me as I've gone along, you'll end up coming up, and what you want to do is hit the time where you're going to end up using 9 blocks, and you're going to swap from your birch to your quartz block instead. And now we're going to go 2 in, place 1, and then on every other one. So 2, and then you got your middle one. We're just going to repeat the process on the other side. Now I wasn't sure whether to use quartz block on this side, but I thought just keep it with the other side of the house, just to keep it looking a little bit better. So we're going to jump back to our quartz block and do exactly the same as what we've done on the other side. Miss 2, place 1, and then place 1 in the middle. And now we're going to use our cyan wool, and remembering to pull it out 1 extra on each side, really creating the slope of a roof. And we're just going to keep doing that until we go all the way up to the middle. And now that we start hitting the quartz, we can start building up our pillars in the middle. And I'm also going to chuck a layer on the inside of birch wood, just to really fill up the gap in between the white quartz, so there's literally nothing behind it. So we're just going to pull this side up to the level. I'm going to keep pulling it up until we get to that quartz block. Now obviously I've still got to do a lot of work to the actual outside decoration wise, and then we have really got to start tackling the insides. I am trying to find pictures. I even actually watched the film, which only explains how nuts you kids are like. But we will watch. I will get through a bit more of it, find some decent pictures of the inside, and work out what's the best way to go about getting the insides done tidy. Normally I would suggest double layering, but I won't be doing that on Mordecai and Rigby's house. This house is quite basic, it's wood on the inside anyway, so it won't be too much of a problem because we've used wood on the outside anyway. And I'm not sure if there is an upstairs in this house, or I pretty much got the look that it was a basement inside a house. So you guys, using my cyan carpet just to keep with the roof itself, but still leaving that white border all the way around the roof itself. So we're going to start placing our extra blocks on our quartz pillars, and at the same time we're going to drop down and just start placing birchwood all the way across, so it's not empty on the back of it, but remembering that we need to leave one spare for the roof to be built onto. So as you know, I hate using full blocks, but on this build, because it is so basic, it really did need the extra. I just had to use the full blocks as frames rather than add window sills afterwards, purely because it is so basic. So repeating the process on this side, we're going to drag that birchwood all the way across, remembering to leave our gaps on the end for our roof. And remembering to build up our quartz pillars. Now obviously from the inside you can always scale this down. You can just put a layer so you don't see none of this on the roof, unless obviously there is an upstairs, in which case you have to work up a second level, but I'm pretty sure there wasn't a second level in the house. Obviously some of you guys may know, just jot it down in the comments and we'll start working on that. Now I don't know what you want to see built for a regular show next. Chuck it down in the comments. We could do the caravan, the calf. Actually looking today, there's actually quite a few builds to the show. So guys, we won't be using quartz slab, we're actually going to use quartz stairs. So I'm going to knock these away in a second, just purely because I don't like the idea of using a full block again. But in that middle piece there will actually be a block there. Place a block in the middle, knock these ones away, and then I'm going to use a quartz stair, turn them upside down, just really to carry that white border on all the way up the roof. And now we're going to add an extra layer to the roof on the outside, just overhanging it. So I'm going to place another stair there, and then get ready to drag another piece of wall all the way across. And then under this one we'll actually use quartz slab, so it doesn't take up too much room on the outside. So repeating the process on the other side of the roof. Remembering to place a full block. And like I say, we're going to use quartz slab just under this last row here, just to really keep it with the rest of the build. Now it's up to you as you go up through, and like you can see there, there's a bit of wall actually sticking out. You can place these stairs on the inside just to really keep it going, matching the roof itself. And we can place a torch in the middle where it should be like a night light or a security light in the middle, just to really give it the effect that there is a light there. Or obviously if you can use redstone, you could always put a redstone lamp there, or use can't think of what it is now, the other glowstone, the one I normally use everywhere. So I'm just going to place a torch there for now, that'll do. You can always place glass panes around it, creating a square around it. For now we'll just get onto the chimney. And I'm just going to dig out randomly a couple there and build it out 4. Now the other option is to actually build it up singly and then put 4 around that single block itself. I'm going to build up and I'm going to start pulling out now. So I'm going to place one and then pull it out. And just going to carry that on all the way around. And I actually prefer to keep the full blocks there, so I will actually put them blocks back. And instead of building it up 2 layers like I try to in a minute, I'm actually going to use cobblestone stair upside down, just to really sort of blend it in to the size difference. So that is as good as I could get it without going too big, otherwise we would have to go a lot bigger. But for me personally, I think it's looking pretty good. It's not oversized compared to the other house, trying to keep it all about the same size. So I'm just using the stairs upside down just to really sort of force it to get into size. And I'm going to knock away that top layer, which if you're in creative you can always place 4 stoves on the inside if you want your chimney smoking, and just place it in the middle, but just use one that is actually burning coal and it will make it look like a in-use chimney. But that is literally as good as I can get it for now. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what you want to see built next.